Unmasking manipulation. This evening, I'm doing a webinar on clearing. Well, it's going to be 4 hours, so it's two this evening and then two tomorrow. You don't have to watch it all at once. You can break it up into whatever suits your schedule, and it will then be recorded. So, no excuses. So what I'm working with is all the levels of manipulation, starting from the father, the mother, the ancestral manipulation through the epigenetic fields, then your own manipulation to yourself, so split from oneself. Then I'm going to work with all the levels of manipulation from the media, from the movies, from the time we were born. For example, if we were criticized on a daily basis, it's chipping away at our will, and then we're like strings then because we want approval by dad or mom or by a teacher, or we may be made fun of. So we have been manipulated in a way, broken down in a way. Spirit has been broken down in a way to be formed into forms of society, of a job system, for example, of a life system. Is it really your life? Or are you living it based on what you've been programmed to live and to fit into this mold? Are you afraid of breaking free of the mold? So there's so much manipulation and levels of manipulation which is in our systems. So it's really about restoration of our free will. And then also, for example, there's so many levels of manipulation of, truth seekers, for example, you come out of one form and then you go into controlled opposition, or you think you're free and you're going straight into the net of another one. So there's so many levels of manipulation in the system and masks, and we have been woven into this net of manipulation. So I'm going to work with the Black Widow, where the wounded feminine, for example, the wounded masculine, the conflicts between the feminine, the masculine. I'm also going to be working with, which I feel is very important at the moment, is the restoration of the divine masculine and the divine feminine. So feminine on the left side, masculine on the right side. You need them in the system because what's being programmed into the system, if the collective at the moment is to do away with the divine masculine and the divine feminine. And then you're doing away with North and South Pole. And the divine masculine, for example, is the connection with creation. Divine feminine is Mother Earth, left and right. So the feminine side is supported fully by the masculine side when she comes forward. The masculine side, when he comes forward, needs the feminine behind him. So this is all about ourselves. So by losing the connection with the divine feminine, divine masculine, and then creating these other names in the system, there's so many manipulation games going on about the feminine masculine and conflicts about the feminine masculine. So I'd like to bring in restoration of the purest divine connection of the divine feminine, divine masculine, so they're working with each other, not against each other. Divine feminine is very different frequencies to the divine masculine. They support each other. They're not in conflict with each other. They're in perfect harmony and balance, and they're in perfection the way they are. So the programming is chipping away at the feminine and chipping away at the masculine so they don't match or they don't trust each other. So it's very important to restore the connection with the feminine and the masculine. And that's what I'll be doing in this webinar. Restoring the connection with above and below, restoring the connection with your voice, your eyes, your hearing, your health, your cells, your body, your integrity. So also I want to work with restoration of the divine will, your free will, your mind, restoration of the eyes, restoration of the hearing, restoration of your health, restoration of your voice, restoration of your womb. So, of the bones, restoration of your connection with the divine order and the divine blueprint of your DNA. There's so much interference of interfering and even changing DNA, that we should really be aware of that and then step out of it and go back into the restoration of our sacred DNA. And this can be reset in the system if it's been interfered with. Also, restoration with our food, restoration with our bodies, restoration with inner and outer world, with the directions, restoration uh, with the elements is another important one. So I'm going to be working through multiple layers where there's been interference, consciously, unconsciously, put into the system, the puppet masters, the strings, the false gods, the false magicians, the false teachers. So clearing the entire system and go back to our purest essence and restore the integrity within our systems. So this is what I'm going to be working with over the webinar. So this is the offering this weekend. Every one of the webinars are different levels of consciousness in the Academy on my website, and they work through different levels of consciousness. So this week, as I say, today is about manipulation and clearing all the manipulation so we can restore integrity within our systems on all levels. And then other webinars are they're different systems. For example, health, your family genetic system, your gym on the mind gym. So they're all different. Donkey and the rope is another one. So they're all different webinars. They're all different systems. And that is what has got me to be here. So anyone feel, I just want to open that up, that there's lots of different system work that you can do on the website, which will correct or realign you back to yourself, to your essence. So I'm really looking forward to this weekend because this is going to be, for me, it's very important to release all these different systems and manipulation from all systems, because that's what's happening on the collective level. So we're going to the collective mind and releasing it. And as one releases it, then it works in the whole system and it gives everybody the possibility of releasing it. So I want to thank everybody for being on this journey with me. And I'm looking forward to this evening. And yeah, I'll see you at the webinar if you want to be part of this journey tonight or a later date. You can purchase on the website and then just watch it later if you like as well. Each one of them will be a module and a complete module within itself. So there's 4 hours, 4 webinars, which are complete systems within itself. So I'm going to open up systems around manipulation and close the systems that they're building blocks and new foundations in your system. So yeah, I'm looking forward to that this evening, and maybe I'll see you there. Have a beautiful weekend. Thank you.